Hey yo, what it do? Y'all already know I'm back with another episode of Elevation Talks. Yeah, y'all see we outside the studio today. I had to get out the studio, man. I just feel like it's too pretty to be inside the studio. So I was like, you know what? We're gonna go on a film adventure today and we just gonna film outside the studio. But just because it's gonna be outside the studio don't mean that it's not going to be less valuable. So let's get into it. So I was listening to a conversation, well, it was a podcast, and it was LeBron James talking about marriage and how he doesn't want to be alone. Specifically, he talks about, I didn't know that he was the only child, you know what I'm saying? But I do think that it's interesting because he basically just spoke about, as a married man, he don't want to be alone and he want his marriage to work out. And he was like, even if I got to scratch, bite, fight, whatever, like he wanted to work out. And I honestly thought that was some encouraging words, especially from like a married guy. You know what I'm saying? Like I think we don't hear married men speak enough, especially from a positive standpoint about marriage and, wanting it to work and actually doing the work so that it can work. And hear what I just said, doing the work so that it can work. Most of us today, we don't necessarily want a relationship because how much work it takes. You know what I'm saying? We especially live in an era today where it's like, yo, make sure you come healed and you come packing with this and you come packing with that. And it's like, that's one of the things that relationship is about, being able to find somebody that you can grow with and heal with. If a person comes already with all the work done, how are they going to really know that you are their person? You know what I'm saying? How are they going to know that you are going to be able to withstand the fire with them? You know what I'm saying? It's one of them things like, it's really just one of those things. And I get it. So many of us, we have experienced so much different trauma when it comes to relationships. And so I understand the energy of, hey, come healed, come this, come that. And it's just like, but the reality of it is there are so many of us to this day, to this moment, still walking around with trauma, whether it's known or unknown. None of us are fully or completely healed if we just gonna keep it 1,000. You know what I'm saying? There are some of us that's just better than others when it comes to, either masking or, I have gone to therapy and I have done the inner work and I'm continuing to do the work because that's the thing about the work. It never stops. You know what I'm saying? As you continue to get older, as you continue to live more life, all of that, the more life you live, the more trauma you're going to experience because you're going to be experiencing people. You know what I'm saying? And it could be, big or small, whatever the situation might be, it's going to impact you in some type of way that you might have to, kind of heal from, and so I think that's the thing about, the world that we live in today, though. Everybody wants just a ready-made situation and don't nobody want to do the work that it takes and that it will take to have a long, loving, beautiful, successful relationship / marriage. And so, speaking of marriage, man, this Cardi B and Offset situation has really been like kind of bothering me in a way because it's like, here Offset is, he done cheated on Cardi, we don't know how many times at this point. And now because she's mustered up enough courage to, walk away from it, he want a 70-30 split. And his reasoning is like, oh, well, she cheated on me and she had a baby while we were still married. And it's like, bro, you can't be for real. Like, y'all are here right now because she got tired of you cheating on her. So I just, it's one of them situations. It's just unfortunate And also, I feel like from like, I don't know, like, I want to hear from Offset friends, like, you know, we're not judging people, right? But you are recognizing a person's pattern, right? And so Offset pattern has been to disrespect and cheat on Cardi. And so I really just want to understand from even like a friend perspective, like, how do you continue to be friends with somebody? You know they was moving sideways. Their partner finally muster up the courage to walk away from them for whatever reason is, and now they taking them through there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm the type of friend where, like, if you moving sideways, I'm gonna let you know. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my thing. You know, if you don't have people around you that can help correct you, then you're not growing. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like, I just really feel, you know, I don't know. I really feel kind of indifferent about it. But at the same time, it's like, you know, try not to have too much opinion about it. But at the same time, it's just like, dang, it's really messed up. Because it seemed like for Cardi, it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, at the end of the day, that's not fair for her. And I've heard some people say, like, oh, she gonna get it back in child support or whatever the case might be. Like, you know, even if she do end up getting it back, I still don't think that it's fair or that it's right for her to have sat through this marriage for as long as she has. And he's been able to, you know, cheat and do all the other things that he's done. And now that she ready to walk away and basically essentially get her lick back, he like, oh nah, I'm hurt. And that's another thing too that I want to talk about. Like, when people move out of spite and when they move out of hurt, it's really a different situation, because it's like, you know, you never know how far that person is willing to take it. You know what I'm saying? Just based off of, you know, how much hurt and damage and different things that they're, you know, that whatever that baggage that they're carrying, you know. And even when it comes to Offset constantly cheating, there's something within inside of himself that he has to, at some point, acknowledge and deal with. You know what I'm saying? And I'm speaking from experience. Like, I used to be a cheater as well, and it was like, for the life of me, I could not be faithful for whatever reason. And so, after spending more and more time with myself, what I realized was I was struggling with the fact of that, you know, there was a time in my life where I wasn't wanted by my dad. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, you know, whatever the storyline is, you know, it is what it is. But for a long time, that joint used to sit with me like, dang, why he ain't want me? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was it about me that, you know, made me not desirable? You know what I'm saying? And so, and, you know, we've definitely fixed our relationship since then and stuff like that, and we've spoke about this. But it was just like, that was a weight that I was always carrying, and I never knew how much it affected me until I started really sitting down, spending time with myself. And so I just started realizing that it was the idea of, you know, being chosen. You know, I love being chosen, so it was like, shoot, I don't ever want it to be a situation where I'm not going, you know, I'm going to be alone and, you know, they not choosing me. Like, I'm going to always make sure I got a roster in place, so that way when I get tired of them or they get tired of me, boom, I can go on to the next situation and it's all good. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, I didn't realize how much I was damaging them, but I also didn't realize how much I was damaging myself. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just like, I've been having to, you know, through therapy and just spending, you know, intentional time with God and him showing me, you know, I've gotten to heal on a lot of different levels. And, you know, I just appreciate every experience that I've had, you know what I'm saying? And so I can say now, I don't cheat anymore, and I can say that like wholeheartedly, and not, and even coming from a place of, oh, I don't have the desire. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just certain stuff, it don't interest me no more the way it used to when I was younger. So I used to love the idea of having a roster. Like, yeah, I got something to pull from, and it's like, yeah, nah, I would rather have one that's just, she could be as many different people as I need her to be. And you know what I'm saying? And we live life that way, because that's how I am. Like, shoot, one day you going to get, man, Rico Suave. The next you going to get a helpmate. You know what I'm saying? The next you going to get an accountability coach, an execution partner. Like, I wear so many different hats, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to my relationship. So, yeah, like, I love, a woman that can definitely switch it up. And, you don't need 1,000. You know what I'm saying? You just need one that can be 1,000. You know what I'm saying? So, shoot, definitely, man. But I just, like I said, man, I appreciate, just hearing LeBron James talk about, him not wanting to be alone. And I feel like it was such, I don't know, man. He's so his own person, and I can respect that, because there's so many people today that won't even admit, hey, I ain't even gonna hold you, I don't want to be alone, so I am gonna do what I need, what I need to do to make it work, or whatever the case might be. And one thing that I will say about this, like, as far as making it work, make sure you actually get with somebody that wants to do the work with you. That is the most important part of it all. Getting somebody that understands who you are, who you're growing to be, who you're going to be, you feel me, and the process that it's going to take for you to get there. You know what I'm saying? One of the things that I always ran into when it came to my relationships is my partner allowed me to be stagnant. And I used to look at that and I'd be like, you know what? If you allow me to be stagnant, you're not really going to be able to be with me long term, because I'm the type of person that I have to be thriving. You know what I'm saying? I really have to get to where I'm going and become the person who I've been called to be. Like, when I leave this world, I really, really, really want to leave empty. You know what I'm saying? I don't want any, oh, well, you never turned out to your greatest potential, or this or that. You never did all the things that you were supposed to do. And I don't want that for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to do all the things that God has brought me to this space to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's why taking up space is so important for me, and executing on your purpose and your dreams and your goals. Like, it all flows for me, because it's like, I want to leave this world empty, and I want that for my partner as well. You know what I'm saying? And so, like I said, that's the thing about partnership. You got to be able to be with somebody that's going to help you take you to that next level. You feel what I'm saying? And y'all continue to help each other grow and sharpen each other, and all of those things. Like, that to me is part of what it takes to have a healthy and successful relationship. And I'm putting emphasis on healthy and successful, because there are a lot of people in relationships today. They are not happy. They do not like the person that they are with. They are just with them because they have been with that person for so long, and they feel like, oh my goodness, I'm too old to start over, or I don't want to start over, or I done put in too much work, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that right there, that's going to keep you unhappy, man. And that's going to keep you constantly in this space of, I need something else. That's why, I really believe it's important when you choosing your partner, or even when your partner is choosing you, y'all choosing each other. Y'all really got to have real uncomfortable conversations about what you need, what you want, what you require. You know what I'm saying? And that requirement is a big thing, because there are some people who will make you feel like you're requiring too much. And it's like, nah, I'm not requiring too much. I'm just keeping it a buck. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can give somebody the playbook on how to keep you all day long, but if they're not putting in the actual work to keep you, then it's pointless. You feel what I'm saying? So that's my gems on relationships, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done been in a couple of them, so I know a thing or two about a thing or two. You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, man, Y'all already know, man. I'm about to finish enjoying my smoothie. Conversation was brought to you by Tropical Smoothie. Yeah, Tropical Smoothie Cafe. And this is my go-to spot when I want a really good smoothie. And what I'm sipping on right now is the Jetty Junior. And that's a small strawberry banana smoothie for y'all that don't know. All right, I'm gonna continue to sit out here, enjoy my smoothie, man. And y'all set it up and run it up per usual. Enjoy your day and listen. Spend some time with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Get out of your house, get out of the studio, get out of the office, and just let the windows down, man. Enjoy. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoy your environment. You feel me? Until next time, y'all already know. Set it up and run it up per usual. I'm gone.